Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're doing alright. I decided to bring you my starter build for the Chronomancer for 0.5, the league start. I leveled 1 the past 2 evenings and I'm pretty much done with the campaign. It's a very bursty and super safe setup since it's a Chronomancer, so there you go, time freeze. And they just stop. You can just literally stop time. You can also go back in time. More about that when I go over the passive skill tree. And yeah, it's about fireball, spark interaction. So you would ignite. I can ignite those sparks. And I can amplify the damage further by going in this form, which I'm in this cloud right now. There's like this tornado around me. And if I need the extra burst, if I need this burst on demand, which Spark does not provide. I have a Frostwall or Ice Wall. Look at this. So the support gems on this Ice Wall are like that they proc more and they have less life. So while all this damage is going on from ignited sparks, the second I drop a Frostwall, those icicles they explode immediately, right? The core is this time freeze. It's the most fun, I think, out of this entire ascendancy. While leveling, it makes it safe because, yeah, and freeze the bosses and so on. The real skill tree looks like the following. So, why is this so insanely bursty with almost no items? I'll be rushing this triangle over here. So it says 30 increased elemental damage if I shocked recently, 30 increased elemental damage if I ignite that recently, and I'm doing all this in my rotation. So yeah, it's a 90% multiplier for this spark basically. And or for the ice wall burst. And that's insanely powerful. Holy moly. On the other hand, there's a bunch of cast speed that I think is important. Especially now that I bricked my weapon, I would get all the cast rate here. And some nice free chaos resistance, why not? Helps also in the very beginner. No gear, no items. This one is nice. Chronomancy, since I have a Chronomancer, so increased skill effect duration. So this time freeze will last longer. I also expected that I have cooldown reduction on it. And it's just insane. It's a very nice ascendancy, man. Not going to lie. And now they reworked it for the new league. This is my time freeze here. They've increased area of effect, so I can stop the whole screen. More duration as the cooldown. My flame wall is cast in a circle. I think that's a little bit better. But stems also from at the very beginning. I can recommend you for the very first few levels, when we cannot just spark the entire screen yet. You know what I mean? Because it requires a little bit of regen and so on. I've been using the volcano. I've been using the volcano with the execute support gem to just drop this volcano under a boss when he's low life. I stand somewhere safe, almost off screen, killing these bosses with this volcano. It's absolutely insane. Of course, now it's kicked out of the build, but at the very few level, that helped me a lot. A lot. It is a really hidden tech. And it works. The magma that flies out of the volcano, it helps. It works with this fortress, right? With the flame vault interaction. So the projectiles would deal even more damage. Plus the execute passive. So that's a good combo early. But gets kicked out of the build because it requires a strength to level this way. Spark, like the main ability, the way I have it right now on a level 59 or level 60. Cast speed, execute. This is insane with Spark because we amplify this like crazy with this. And yeah, elemental weakness curse and Frostwall and sitting in this mana tempest. Crazy. It's ramping damage, but I get away with it because I can stop time. I think it's a cool and fun build. I had fun playing the campaign, and it's the fastest playthrough I did. I did not use a stopwatch, but I've been playing for 2 evenings. That's not too bad. I think like 6 hours or so. And I'm not a speedrunner whatsoever. I also stood up and made me a coffee, whatever, you know what I mean? Like a filthy casual. No, but I'm just saying. This temporary rift is another nice one. I get this from, yeah, here, footprints in the sand. And this is insane and will be reworked and better. So it will do the same like now, but it will be better. Meaning you can even, let's say you walk around, you get dot damage, whatever, you get poisoned. Then you travel back in time and you basically overextend and you could be overwhelmed. You already know I'm RIP. I'm so RIP. There's 3 elite spawns. Click, and then you travel back in time, and then you can approach the situation from a completely new angle. So, okay, now we Frostwall the entire screen, first of all. Then we maybe stop time if necessary. It's so fun. And, which is important in my setup here, so it ramps up, and we need to spam this spark ability, right? So therefore, it will cost mana. It will cost mana. Also, this draws mana even, but I expect it away, so it's more efficient. I think the gem even is called efficiency here. Yeah, I dump out all the mana, right? And then I'm out of mana, not really. I travel back in time when I had mana, and I can just keep casting Spark. It's just so funny, dude. Yeah, that's what's up with Temporary Rift and Time Freeze. I said Flame Voice Spark, so yeah, this is igniting, right? That's how the Spark get the ignite. And flying through a flame wall. More cast speed, pretty much. Yeah, rapid casting, execute. Arcane Surge is nice, so casting this non-stop. So now and then this Arcane Surge kicks in. Nice little buff. And I took a hit here for cast speed. It's alright. I also have cast speed on my items. And it's fast enough to melt and to be safe. Yeah. Then Elemental Weakness, put this on bosses mainly, and or yeah, whatever, time stop and see how it goes. Who needs a weakness curse, you know what I mean? Like the crowd control aspect of this mage build, it's a fun combo. I never played a mage like this before, you know what I mean? Or like Zork, whatever, with time shenanigans, it's kind of cool. Less longer, more area, maybe misclick, lol. I've been using Incinerate for in the very beginning. It's too weak. Like I thought that's the right burst. No, Frostwall is the right burst, I think. So boom, this is the next main damage because sometimes it's not enough. If I walk around only with Spark, it's not enough. There needs to be some defense where I more crowd control in the build, and this is both offense and defense, and it's also super fun to use. I have Icicle, they have less life, so they burst immediately. They deal more damage and spell cascade them, which is an entire area. It's a lot of DPS, bro. It's absolutely insane. And when you hit them, when it depends on what you are going to use to proc them, basically. And if it's lightning damage, they gain additional lightning damage. This buff is insane. This, if you stand in this cloud, and these sparks are amplified, or like ignited, and so on, it's so much DPS. So much. But this draws mana like crazy. So therefore I gave it less cost. Easy. Problem solved. You also, we are not forced to stand in this, right? You can go in and out of this, so you can play with the mana a little bit. And Arcane Surge as well makes sense. The mana drain. Arctic Armor is here for, first of all, to proc Echoing Frost, easy. And yeah, sometimes they get frozen when they hit you, the monsters, so that's cool. And it's a nice way for cheap. It reserves spirit, right? And it's very cheap to have mana regen and life regen in the build this way. You could put those gems into Temporary Rift. So you get a thingy basically for free, but you cannot use Temporary Rift anymore. And it's way too good. It's way too good to have of a cooldown, so yeah, I rather use it that way. Another important thing here for my tree to note is it depends if someone would find a jewel early or not. So I found a really, really nice jewel. All the stats I want for my build, basically. And Therefore, I spent more points here. So you could save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could save 5 points and get the connection here instead for 1 point. And then I could grab this one more early, which says 4% increased spirit plus a better armor, and I can maybe would be a big upgrade to have something like a cast on crit, a cast on alignment, whatever. You know what I mean? If I ignite them, I get a proc. It would be better than Arctic armor, but for leveling, this is GG, and yeah, it requires gear and so on. So that would be my plan. Moving forward on this build. For items, I would look out for a very good energy shield helm. Other than that, cast rate is important. I bought those rings from my from just a vendor which I encountered in the campaign, and maybe look out for resistances. In terms of weapons, I found a unique staff which is perfect for this build. Absolutely insane AoE of hell here. Trigger spark on killing a shocked enemy. Okay, but for boss fights, this is weaker than even my bricked weapon. So I have this one. It had +3 to projectile skills before, and it had cast rate. And now it's this thing. But yeah, increased lightning damage, spell damage, a crit chance, mana regen would be nice, cast rate would be nice. Cool unique if you find. Armor should be spirit, of course, to get the frost armor or later cast and alignment stuff going. My amulet here, even put the thingy on it. A little bit useless, but I'm saving like 3 points. So efficient casting, increased mana regen, and increased mana cost efficiency. That's really nice. So the spark is cheaper. Boots, just run walk, res, maybe a rare item rarity. That's what's up for the items. I would say is the most important. An insane weapon, spell damage, crit, just damage multipliers, cast rate, spirit, and otherwise energy shield bases. And that's pretty much carrying me through all these boss fights.